What is going on, people inside that internet machine? Welcome to this episode of the CM Retro Gaming Show. I think that's what we're going with in the future. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. We are doing Smokey and the Bandit tonight. Actually, we got as much time as we need. And quite honestly, the wife said if I don't get this shit out of my living room, she's going to divorce me, which means I have to come live with one of you. And I snore. All right, man, listen, we got some pickups. We got a package from Secondhand Toy dealer. I got to show you this cool thing that I got at the thrift stores. It's absolute chaos around here. All right, we'll start with this. So a lady I work with, she's cleaning out some stuff, said, hey, we have this Nintendo Switch. Would you mind selling it for me? This is something I've done for people that I work with before because I seem to know a little bit more about video games than they do, and I can take consoles apart, clean them, sell them, you know? So she had this Nintendo Switch stuff, and she said, just sell it, and we'll just split whatever you get out of it, 50-50. And I'm like, man, if I sell this Switch stuff for like, let's just say $200, I'm not going to take $100 of her money. So I was like, well, why don't we work out this deal? Why don't I take like some of the games and like an accessory or two, and then I'll sell it, and then you just keep all of the money. And she was definitely down with that. So Nintendo Switch, it works, needs to be cleaned, obviously. Got the docking station power cord, HDMI cord. It's got an Animal Crossing case, which is kind of nice. Had, everything is everywhere. Two of these Pokemon Power A controllers. So I'm going to keep one of these, put that over there. And then I will add this one, and then of course there was an Animal Crossing one in there. This is also a Power A. This one has a battery compartment, and this one is rechargeable. So they sell the recharging cables for these at Goodwill. They have like a basket of them for all different kinds of devices, and they're all just 99 cents. So tomorrow I'll go dig out 2 or 3 of these chargers for these controllers, but she said they work. What else? I think that's pretty much all of that stuff. The games are Sports Party. She has a young daughter, so you're not getting like Bayonetta or anything. Animal Crossing, the PAL version, which I thought was interesting. Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. Hotel Transylvania 3. Lego The Incredibles. Lego Movie 2. Harry Potter collection. And Lego World. So yeah, I'll throw that up on. I tested the console, it works. I'm gonna hook it up to the TV just to make sure that the HDMI cable and the docking station, everything is working properly. So she said I could have these out of the whole lot. It's just a little Nintendo Switch game case with the memory card case also inside. Nintendo branded SD card case. But I was like, you know, eventually you'll start picking up Nintendo Switch games at garage sales, thrift stores, all that stuff, flea markets, and they'll just be card only, so I now have a place for them. This really cool Animal Crossing stand. I'm not even sure how these Switch stands work, but I was like, that's kind of cool. And then my daughter wanted 1-2 Switch, Splatoon 2, and then I'm going to keep Party Arcade, which I can't wait to play this. This is a game that my daughter and I would totally play. It's got like skee ball and ping pong and air hockey and darts and stuff on there. So that'll be cool. And then Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I love Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. I played through the one on the Wii U a couple years ago. I'm sure this is like the updated version. It's got Mario Odyssey levels or something. Yeah, this is one of those games, like I wish they would sort of make one every like 3 or 4 years. You know, you don't want franchise fatigue and have one like every year and a spin-off every other year and stuff like that. But one of these every 3 years would be good. So that is the Switch lot. Everything else will be sold. All the rest of the money will go to her, and she's cool with me keeping these games. So couldn't be happier. Free games. Free. I need a beer. I'm getting a beer. I wasn't lying. So all right, okay, so I grabbed a bunch of movies when I was at Thrift this week, and I'm keeping this one. This is Juice with Tupac. And I'm a big Tupac fan from back in the day. There's a Tupac movie that I absolutely cannot find. It's called Gang Related. It's Tupac, John Belushi, they're like LA detectives, and Tupac's like the good detective, and Belushi's like the cop that's on the take, you know? And I can just never find that movie, and I really like that movie too. But big fan of Tupac, so I'm adding juice to the collection. Otherwise, I picked up a bunch of like sealed religious, go through the Holy Land, you know, DVDs. That seems to sell well. One of the reasons why there's all kinds of crap in my living room right now, and I never find hats like this. One of the things I wanted to expand in my eBay store was hats, because they're typically abundant, they're easy to find, they're cheap, easy to list, easy to ship, like all those good things that you want. And I never find hats like this. And then I walked into the thrift store last week and I couldn't believe it, guys. Sports specialty hats. Now I got like a dozen of these over there, but I'm a huge Indianapolis Colts fan, so I'm definitely gonna clean this up. And Miami Dolphins, this is 100% wool, so this one needs to be cared for a little bit more. I'm gonna fly through. I know you guys don't really care about this kind of stuff, but this is really cool. This Tommy Hilfiger Expedition series. These are like $30, $40 hats. They were all $2. It's a leather strap back hat. There's your Tommy logo. So yeah, just a bunch of these hats. And then this one, I'm definitely keeping the Colts hat, and I'm definitely keeping this one. It's a vintage corduroy Ohio State Buckeyes hat. And I love that it says like OU instead of OSU. It's like, I don't know what they were doing back then, just, you know, Ohio University. I don't know what that is or why that's there. Maybe somebody put that there. No, it's officially licensed. So it's officially licensed hat. So it's not like this is a Build-A-Hat. You know, it's like Oklahoma University or something. But yeah, definitely going to keep that. We'll figure out how to wash these bad boys, and we'll get that done. The other thing I picked up this Descender skateboard. I'll show it to you real quick because it is way cool. All right, so here's this Descender skateboard. This was at the thrift store today for $10. I was like, there's no way that this isn't valuable. It's a skateboard that has like tank treads. And I looked this thing up and it's like $150 on eBay. I got it for 10. I'm definitely going to throw this up on Marketplace for like $70. And the first person that offers me 50, this thing is gone. It's definitely seen better days, but still a great find out in the wild. So I was putting the lighting and stuff away. Completely forgot about this. This is just a wood grain VHS tape holder, you know? And I got it for $1.25. Now, this is the thrift store that gives away VHS tapes. You know, we always talk about it. But this whole thing is filled with VHS tapes. There's Cat's Seal. This one's actually kind of rare because I couldn't find one on eBay. It's from California to Hawaii. This is Coco the Gorilla. You remember Coco the Gorilla from the mid-90s? They get sealed. Husker football. I don't know, that probably won't price. Nobody's... But yeah, the whole thing is filled with VHS tapes. A lot of them are sealed. And this is the thrift store that gives away VHS tapes, so they probably just filled this and then put it on the shelf for $1.25 and was like, just take it since the VHSs are free. But crazy town. Another beer. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, this skateboard's pretty sick. I've sold some skateboards in the past. I found a really cool like longboard at Goodwill for like $5. I sold it for like $100 and a couple others, but I'm just not a subject matter expert on skateboards, so I can't date them, and if they're vintage or a certain brand. I don't know which brands are good unless it actually says it on the thing. Like I wouldn't be able to tell by, you know, the graphic on the bottom of the skateboard that it was this person's skateboard. You know what I mean? Which that sort of leads into the first topic tonight is like, I've been watching a lot of, I always watch, it's not like I have been, but I always watch a lot of like picker channels. So like 1 Foot Flipper, Madcap Toys, you know, a bunch of them. And I think it's interesting when they start talking about BOLOs, okay? Because I feel that most people, okay, are part-time resellers. Like most of us have a job or like a regular people job. And other things that we do, we're not full-time resellers. So we don't really have the time to sit down and learn everything about everything or even something about some things. We're kind of locked into what we are subject matter experts in, and then we kind of branch out slowly from there. So, you know, it was like video games, collectibles, action figures, then it was like clothing and media, you know what I mean? And so we're opening up a little bit more, especially with like hats and everything else, but most people don't have the opportunity to do that. And I also think sometimes that those channels give bad BOLOs. You know what I mean? It's like, if you go to a garage sale and you find a 10-pound block of gold for a nickel, you should buy it. Well, no shit, dummy. You know? Or like things that are so rare and so obscure that in your lifetime, you will never ever find them. I was just talking about those sports specialty hats. I've been looking for hats like that for probably 3 years. This is the first time I've ever found them. So yes, you should look for sports specialty hats, but if you have the mindset that at every garage sale you can find something to flip, or in every thrift store you can find something to flip, and they don't have that one thing that you're a subject matter expert in, you kind of lost the day. I wish I would have learned 10 or 15 years ago, because it was like, this thrift store, we're looking for video games and movies, and then we're moving. Now I can sort of pick apart a thrift store a little bit better when it comes to clothing and, you know, collectibles and resellables. But like I said, I just think that sometimes their BOLOs are a little crazy. Like, oh, if you ever see this one rare out of print movie out in the wild, you should buy it for $1 because it sells for $500. Well, yeah. I mean, that's sort of picking 101. If you're a video game person, you've gone to the Goodwills and, you know, what's this game? I don't know. Scan it. Boom. And you do the same thing with DVDs. I've never seen this DVD before. It's sealed. It's like a religious thing. Oh, it looks like it's like 20 bucks sealed for $1. I'll buy it, right? That's sort of how it goes. You never go up to a garage sale and go, you know, I was just watching Shed Flips and they were talking about these Hot Wheels. This guy has 100 Hot Wheels. They're all $3 a piece. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to scan every one to find the one that's $12. That's not most people. Most people are going to go, that's out of my area, I'm leaving. Time is money. It's the blue gumball theory. Gumball machine, there's one blue gumball in there. How many quarters are you gonna put in to get that one blue gumball? That is the garage sale theory, sort of in a nutshell, at least according to your old pal CM Retro Gaming, is that it's volume. You wanna hit a lot of garage sales. Thrift stores, you may be able to source one or two thrift stores, you know, a day. You know, if that's your day. I don't know, you guys tell me if I'm a weirdo. I'm ranting about, you know, BOLOs on the internet. Or the other ones like, you know, like Shed Flip, Lonnie and Candace, they live in the South. So they can, estate sale, yard sale, garage sale, flea market, parking lot, they can do that all year round. In Ohio, we're sort of landlocked, or we're landlocked, we're weatherlocked. Because in the winter time it gets really, really cold. So when the weather turns, and I don't think people realize this, but it's like when that weather turns and it's nice outside, it is a mad rush. Like there is a fever for garage sales in spring and in early summer. It's starting to die down a little bit by the end of summer because kids go back to school, vacations are over, things like that. But the competition in that first part of spring into the first part of summer is very, very crazy. In states where we have winter, you know, in states where that's nice all the time, they may get like fatigued. They can pick and choose a little bit because they know there's another garage sale next week. There's no garage sale for us, you know, the first week of December, you know, that's the way it is, you know, living in beautiful sunny Ohio. All right, let's get to some video game stuff. My daughter turned 18 and posted on Facebook. Everybody, thank you so much for the birthday wishes. She wanted a Lego set from Walmart, and then I let her pick out her own clothes. I don't even try to buy clothes and then wrap it and then give it to her, and then it's like it's not the size or not the color, and then we got to go back. We go over there and like, you just pick what you want and Dad will take care of it, you know what I mean? But she wanted a Lego set, which was awesome. I love that she still likes to build and is creative and put things together like that. She's adorable. She's the best. But we were in the action figure aisle and I saw this Metroid Samus. Now I have a loose one of these, but these were on sale. These were like $20 figures or something. They were on sale for $9.97. And I was like, I will definitely pick up another Samus Aran, complete in the box. I was at Buckeye Games and Flea Market, and they have a, you know, glass case with all the good cartridge games, and they have like a stack of commons. And this was in their stack of commons for $10. Tecmo Super Bowl 3 on the Super Nintendo CIB. Now the box has seen better days. But yeah, for a tenner. For a tenner. This cartridge is like 15, 20 bucks. So 10 bucks for a CIB, no problem there. I saw that, I saw Carli posted a video. It's good to see Carli posting. Games that she beat in like June or something, and Spyro the Dragon was on that list. I've never beaten a Spyro the Dragon game. It's on that list that I have of games that I've never beaten one game in the franchise. So, man, I'm kind of thinking about, I want to beat a Spyro the Dragon game. Do I need to do research? What is the best Spyro the Dragon game? Leave a comment down below. All right, we got a package from Secondhand Toy Dealer, and this package cost $10.05 to ship to me. And by the way, we live in the same state. That's how crazy shipping is getting. He basically put tape all the way around this thing. So I'm gonna open this off camera. All right, so we got this opened. I have not opened the box yet. I'll leave a link to Carli's channel down below. And she's always good for being at the trade show or being trade show adjacent. Like, hey man, I saw your video on that. Let's work out something for that game. Like, no problem. I think last year I sent her a copy of Driver on the 360. I felt bad because it didn't have the manual, you know. But, you know, what are you gonna do? But yeah, I'll leave a link to Carli's channel down below. Make sure you check Carli out. And Secondhand Toy Dealer, I will leave a link to his channel down below too. Really nice guy. We talk, not all the time, but I would say we talk a lot. We text each other. We have each other's phone numbers. Okay, we're not boyfriend and boyfriend or anything, but you know, we've met online-ish. But Rob's got a room in his house that's set up like a toy store with a cash register, display cabinets, all that stuff, right? And the gimmick is that he will buy stuff at a discount, you know, Walmart or Facebook Marketplace or wherever, and he'll fit it somewhere in his room. And when something has to be moved, if he wants to display this item over that item, then this item goes, you know, into the rotation to be sold, whether it's on Facebook Marketplace or at a toy convention or something like that. He's got a couple really real videos about what it's like to sell at toy conventions. It's like, we spent $100 on a table and we sold $12 worth of stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, you're like, damn, man. Because I've always thought about, like, I could set up at a video game convention, you know, and pay the $35 for a table or whatever it is. But then it's like, you're there early, you're there late, you're setting this up. I mean, how much do you want to negotiate? Do you price up just to negotiate down to the price that you want? Like, it's fascinating. But anyway, we'll see what we got in the box. Again, Rob's super nice dude. Oh, he's got a note. I do like this paper. It's kind of cute. It says, I thought that you had said once that you liked the Micro Machines bezel. I do. I like that car. It was like the first chase car in the blind bags. You know, there's a gold and silver bezel in there. Here are a few harder to find variants. Oh, and then he listed them. Okay, well, that ruined the surprise. So, bubble wrap. Hey man, always reuse the bubble wrap. Oh, he's always good. Oh, those are baller. Oh my God, check these out, check these out, check these out. All right, so Rob sends like these little stickers and stuff like that. Dealer's Toy Store, that's his toy store that he has. Oh, check these out. If you were a boy and you get rid of this bag, and you grew up in like the 80s and the 90s and collected baseball cards, you definitely remember, these are probably like Upper Deck or something, these holographic stickers. These are baller. Are there any reds? These are the Blue Jays, St. Louis Cardinals, Tigers, Mariners, Brewers, Cleveland Indians, with Chief Wahoo, Phillies, Red Sox, Pirates, Mets. Oh my gosh. Yeah, these are super cool, man. Thanks. Those are awesome. I have a little box. I'll show it to you. Boom. Because Retro Tiburon does stickers too. So I got this like pencil box at like a thrift store. And there's all kinds of stickers that people have sent me in there. Like there's Secondhand Toy Dealer's other one. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in there. So we'll put these, boom, right in the sticker box. So I think this might have been a video game case or something. I don't know. It was one of those. It's pretty dope. Actually, I should probably send this to Retro Tiburon because he's got a shark gimmick going on. He's like Shark Boy. So, all right. He always sends like the weirdest stuff. Oh, I have the Spam that he sent. So these are like little miniature, I forget what these are called, like mini-me's or mini brands or something. These are funny. But they're like miniaturized versions of, you know, popular food items or something. I can't hold this, I'm just gonna dump this in my hand. He spent like $30 in a little 3M. I'm sure I just dropped that. Fresca. I'll put this all in the in a toy pickup video. We'll flip through it. Oh, check that out. That's cool. Planters. There's that 3M thing. There it is. So here's the 3M, and then there's a couple discs. I can't even hold these. A couple little discs that go in there. Off screen. Secondhand toy dealer doing it big time. I'm gonna have to package this all up and then do it on a toy video. Yep, there it is, the bezel. Newer micro machines. I know some of you guys are like, I don't really care about this, but I do, and it's my show, so fuck off. That's cool. Oh, this is the one from the, oh, that is so sick. That is so cool. This is the bezel from the advent calendar. I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's so dope. Or maybe with, yeah. That's crazy. I just picked up a Christmas 2-pack, a regular pack. Oh, look at this. See, my Walmart doesn't do this. This is a Hulk Hogan Squishmallow, which is great. But my Walmart has a different vision of what clearance is. It could be like an $80 item. They're like $75. It's clearance. Oh, the old novelty switchblade comb. What's in here? Oh, Desert Storm cards. Yeah. That's too funny. That's so funny. These Desert Storm cards, man, these were awesome back in the day. We're gonna open these. We will open these packs on the, well, at least we'll open one of those packs on the Toy Freak Show. Make sure you subscribe. I'll leave a link down below. Man, he bubble wrapped everything. You're gonna get it. I'm gonna double bubble and double tape everything when I send something back to you. I know it's not video game stuff, but we'll get there. Ugh, look at that. Bart Simpson. Actually, I'll find a spot for that up there. That'll be awesome. Oh, okay, we'll skip. We'll go to this one. Yeah. He found a bunch of these. I can never find these. It is the... Oh my God, stop with the bubble tape, bro. It is the Optimus Prime Hot Wheels. The cab. They made one with a trailer, and this one's a little bit bigger than the other one. So we'll kind of see how that scales. And what we got here? Oh, that's pretty sick. Oh, that is pretty sick. Look at that. It is a Bumblebee in the Volkswagen form, not the stupid Chevy Camaro form. That is like the modern standard for Bumblebee. Bumblebee is and will always be a Volkswagen Beetle. So thank you so much, Secondhand Toy Dealer. Thank you for all that cool stuff. We'll definitely show that off again on the Toy Freaks channel, so make sure you check that out. And yeah, crazy town. I haven't beaten the game in like a month because I've just been, it's garage sale season, man. Garage sale, thrift store, sourcing, July 4th, everything's half off, right? Buying tons of clothes, getting that stuff listed on my eBay store. But I did start to play Ocarina of Time. This is, I make a list every year of things that I want to do, my gaming goals. And one of those gaming goals was to knock off some of these bucket list games. I beat a Forza Horizon game this year. I beat Turtles in Time. And Zelda Ocarina of Time is on the list. Now, I'm not very far. I just got past like Dodongo's Dungeon. And I kind of went back to the Hyrule Castle Marketplace, whatever it's called. And then I found like a slingshot game, and I did that because you get a heart piece. And then I found another one, like a bomb bowling thing. So I started playing that. So I'm gonna shoot this video and hopefully play a lot of that this weekend, get through the majority of it. But yeah, what games have you been playing and beating this year? Leave a comment down below. That'd be super awesome. And yeah, crazy town. In the last episode, and then we'll get to some like Nintendo pickups. You guys remember I got all those Xbox games for $1, but in there was a copy of Legend of Dragoon, right? Which is a great game. People love it. It's but it was the case was cracked and the discs were all messed up and it was just like an overall bad condition, but it was only $1. So, you know, for this game, you need a 4 CD case, a case that will hold, you know, four discs. So I'm like, oh, I'll just go on to eBay, and if there's like a box of them for like, you know, if they're like $1 a piece, I'll buy like 10 of them or something, you know. Well, those things are like $10 a piece for the 4 disc CD cases. So I was like, hell no, I'll go to the thrift store and I will find a 4 disc CD that they sell for $1.99 or something, and I'll just throw away the discs and I'll repurpose it. And that's what I did. But when I opened the back art to Legend of Dragoon, it was like completely destroyed, and you couldn't see it through the grime and the muck on the case. It was like water damaged. It was like stuck to the back of the plastic. So when I tried to like peel it up a little bit, it just ripped to shreds. It was gone. So basically what I'm left with for $1 is I got this case. So now I got $2 into it. The cover art was in really nice shape. So I replaced that. All 4 of the discs needed to be resurfaced, which they resurfaced nicely, and they all worked. They were tested them, they worked, it's great. So, but now I'm debating whether to buy the back art and the manual off of eBay and just bite the bullet so I have another nice complete copy, because I have a black label copy of this. Or should I just sell it sort of as is, you know, or keep it? If this is something that somebody would be interested in the trade show, remember, I have $1 into this. So if you're gonna show me like a $10 Xbox game or Nintendo game that I don't have, I would probably trade that to you. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that, because someone has the manual, but they want they're holding it hostage. They want like $25 for the manual. And then someone has the back art and they're holding it hostage. They want like $12 plus $6 shipping for the back art. And at that price, you know, for $50, you can buy a complete copy of this on eBay. So it's like, what are you gonna do? Maybe I'll go to Maxine's tomorrow and see if they have that in their parts and pieces bin. I don't know. Who knows? Let's get to some pickups. I got some awesome Nintendo stuff to show you. And I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow, which is gonna be great, because I'm shaggy AF. This might have been the pickup of the day, actually. A 2002 Coca-Cola 6.5 inch frosted heavy plastic cup. I feel like I read that like an eBay title, but yeah, these things are awesome. 99 cents. I was gonna sell them. I was gonna lot them up and sell them, but my daughter was like, "No, we got to keep them." So we got to keep them. Can't believe I found another one of these. It's not like they're rare, but ever since I mentioned it in my videos of 3 gaming accessories that I have to have, I found 2 of these sealed. Now what this is an RCA compact RF modulator. It's designed for DVDs, games, and satellite. Basically what you can do with this is, if you have a TV that only has coax, like the NES Sharp TV does, or maybe you have like a Sony Trinitron or one of these old CRT TVs that are designed for gaming, you can take a coax cable, hook it up to the coax, and then it has your red, yellow, and white, and then you can input your video game consoles, which is awesome, because this thing, the base just sits like right there by the TV, and if you want to play GameCube, you know, you put the GameCube AV adapters in there, and you can unplug that, put that in the Super Nintendo or the N64 or PlayStation or whatever retro console you want to play that has, you know, these, I always forget composite or component, but yeah, I always say this, if you ever see these out there, just remember it takes a 5-volt adapter. So yeah, I got that for $3.99 and it was 25% off today. So we got it for $3, and now I have 2 of these sealed and 1 of these hooked up to the Sharp NES TV. But yeah, crazy times, right? Stop by the flea market on Main, and as soon as I walk in, again, relationships are important. We talked about this last time. The guy's like, hey, yeah, I just put some new Nintendo stuff out, and I went, excellent. So I went back there, and he went back there, and we're just kind of talking and looked through the games, grabbed some games. But he had a Nintendo, boom, with 2 controllers. I tested them; those controllers work. This console has the blinky light, so there's a 72 pin connector issue. I'll need to go in there and figure out if it needs to be replaced or if I can just repair it. As you can see, it needs to be taken apart and cleaned. And so this with the 2 controllers was 25 bucks, which I didn't think was a bad deal because I know I got the RF modulator. I've got extras of those. And I thought that I had an extra power cable for this. I did not. I had to go to Maxine's and buy one. It was $15. So now I'm into this thing already for $40. But I'll take it apart, get it tested, get it working. And you know, Nintendo's, it's so funny because Nintendo's at my local store are like 80 bucks to 100 bucks. Like they're still kind of expensive. But I think the appropriate price for a Nintendo, sort of yellowing with a couple controllers and everything, I think the appropriate price, in my opinion, is like $60. So I'm gonna have like 40 bucks into this. I'm gonna list it for 60 with a copy of Mario Duck Hunt, you know, extra copy of that or something else, some other extra game that I have in the doubles bin. And, you know, hopefully we'll be able to make a couple bucks on that. As soon as someone says, would you take 50, I definitely sell it. But yeah, the controllers starts, yeah, a little yellowing, but I did take them apart, clean them. They are fine. Same old games, same old games. But every now and then, I've bought probably 2 or 3 copies of Super Mario Brothers 2 there. Really nice condition, except for this little nick right on the side. I think that's actually paint. Yeah, that'll probably come off. It's like a coloring something, marker or crayon. And then Mario Brothers 3, always an easy pickup. But yeah, these were 10 bucks each, which is really the tippy top of what I want to pay for these. Because I saw these on my eBay store for like 20 to 25. So after taxes, fees, cost of goods, shipping, everything else, you're looking at like maybe making 8 bucks a game on that. So, but it's always fun to pick up Nintendo stuff. I knew I was going to get the games. I probably impulse buy the console, but what are you going to do? All right, so if you remember a few episodes back, I picked up that PS4 at that garage sale for 50 bucks. I actually washed and kept that Adidas backpack. All the cords and stuff came in an Adidas backpack. I washed that son of a bitch and kept it. Put it upstairs in the closet. Don't let anything go to waste, you know. It's, what are you going to do? I'm a weirdo like that. But anyway, got a 50 buck stack of games. I sold the Minecraft game for like 14 or 15 bucks in my eBay store. I'm pretty sure I kept one of the games, added it to the collection. But then I put the rest of it on Marketplace for 130 bucks. It was just a 500 gigabyte PS4. It wasn't anything crazy. A couple sports games, Destiny, maybe a Call of Duty game, and Batman Arkham Knight. So nothing too crazy in the game department. And like I said, I listed it for 130. You know how Marketplace is. Had a couple people message me like, "Is it still available? Yes. Would you like me to do this? Sure. Okay, I'll text you." And then you never get a response back. But this guy had this N64 lot, and it was basically like willing to sell, make an offer kind of thing. But in the description, he said might be willing to trade for a PlayStation 4. And I'm like looking at this stuff, I'm like, well, his stuff is actually worth more than my stuff, and my stuff is a little bit overpriced. You know what I mean? So I messaged him. I was like, hey, you want to? This is my PS4. You know, send him a video of it working. So we worked out a deal and made the trade. So got an N64 with the jumper pack. Boom. Which is cool. Tested, working, everything's cool. Comes with a OEM power cable and a third-party AV cable. Got the atomic purple controller in pretty good condition. Joystick's pretty good considering how old this thing is. You know, sometimes you gotta. it's not, you know, like sometimes they're like loose and hangy. This one's got a tight stick. So yeah, you know, N64 is still like $100 in my area, which is crazy. And then, you know, like when you see it in their pictures. Okay, I'm gonna go off on a little bit of rant here before we get to the game. So I try and be as professional as possible. You know what I mean? Like I don't do everything perfect. I don't do everything right. But when I sell a console like that or an electronic like that, you know, a VCR or, you know, a Sony stereo or something like that, you know, I kind of put it in a box and make it presentable, put all the cords in a gallon Ziploc bag and have things organized. He brings this to me in a bag, just has it all in a like, what am I doing? I'm like, all right, man, no problem. But it was interesting because in the pictures, I was like, man, I'm gonna take all this apart and clean it. I mean, I'm gonna take the console apart, I'm gonna clean it, and I'll do it anyway. But it looked like I was going to have to, you know what I mean? So it was kind of nice to get it in better condition than I thought it was gonna be in, if that makes any sense. But yeah. Anyway, and when I got it, these games were so clean, I was like, I had to like look at them a little to make sure they weren't counterfeit games. But we have a Super Mario 64, and it's got the sticker on it, $39.99. Tell me this game is not going for that much right now. This was like a $25, $30 game forever, and I thought that was fair, but it's a common game, you know what I mean? Like, when was this? See if there's a date on this. No, and I forget what store he said that came from, but yeah, actually pretty nice copy. Usually it's got dirt and gunk and shit everywhere. And then these last two, I figure what I'm gonna do. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to Maxine's tomorrow. I'm gonna get like a cheap sports game or something, and I'll bundle it with the console, you know, like a $5 game. I'll bundle it with that console, sell that console for $100, get it out the door, and then all these games are basically, after Mario 64, that would be like 100, I don't know, it's like $30. I don't know, I'll have to figure it out. Rayman 2 The Great Escape. Again, these are all games that I have, so I'll clean these up, test them, and then, I don't know, I'll probably just post them on my eBay store unless somebody wants them, and then I'll bring them to the trade show, you know what I mean? And then the last game, again, I can't believe this is a $40 game, apparently. GoldenEye 007. Great game. Great game. Very popular. Everybody loves GoldenEye. I love GoldenEye. But man, this game was like 25, 30 bucks for the longest time. So, yeah. It's got a, look, it's even got a sticker on there. $9.99, and I'm pretty sure this was a video game music exchange sticker. See if we can see the date on there. It doesn't have the date on there, but anyway, let's talk about this dumb trade forever. So we traded a PS4 for that N64. We'll get that moved on, and then we've got these games for future trade or future profit. But yeah, that's what we got for the pickups. Holy cow. Boy, I tell you what, when I ramble, it's like a ramble avalanche. It's a ramble-lanche. You know what I mean? Just blah, blah, blah. Sorry for the long episode today. I wanted to get to another topic, but we'll save it for next week, or next time rather. But I wanted to talk about collecting in 2025. I kind of got annoyed. I don't know why this showed up on my feed on YouTube about how to collect retro games in 2025 and should you collect retro games in 2025. Listen, here's the short and skinny of it. I got all this stuff when it was like $1 or get it out of my garage. You know what I mean? I don't know how you collect retro games in 2025 if you want to collect physical media, like, you know, emulation, download. We're not talking about that. I just don't know how you do it. What do you prioritize? You know, don't buy a GameCube, buy a Wii that's GameCube compatible. That way you get two systems out of it. You know what I mean? You do that kind of stuff. I'm qualified to talk about retro games and gaming. I am not qualified to tell you how you should start collecting video games in 2025. And I think it's very arrogant for people to come on the internet who got all this stuff, you know, at garage sales when it was like $1, you know, and they've built up these collections and they've built up their resale business alongside of that because they're sort of married. Okay, here we go. We're going off the rails again. Because those things are sort of married. You got to buy. None of us are independently wealthy. You got to buy and sell to put money back into the hobby fund, the video game fund, so you can buy more video games and more stuff to sell. It's how it works. How do you do that in 2025? You know, I guess that depends on how you want to collect or play games. I would not recommend spending $800 on a copy of Rule of Rose. I would recommend spending $150 on a PS2 because it's backwards compatible, and now you've got $650 left to buy games with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So let's talk about that next time. I'll write down some notes. I'll fly off the handle. I'll probably say some cuss words. But anyway, guys, sorry for the long video. We had a lot of stuff to get to. So thank you to Secondhand Toy Dealer for sending me that awesome box of stuff. I'll leave a link to Carly's channel. I'll leave a link to Secondhand Toy Dealer's channel. I'll leave a link to my toy channel down below, so check those out. Subscribing, hitting that notification bell is totally free every single time. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, share on social media. Don't forget to bang that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of your CM retro gaming goodness, guys. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you on the next one.